People of the moist crevices of YouTube, I, Blunty, your sardonic host, bring you the tale of the dumbest take there ever has been on a Pokemon game. And that's a pretty low bar. So please thumb, sub, bell, and comment, because if I must be slave to the YouTube robo-brain, then so must you. After a long and dark wait, we now have a proper, full-fat first teaser trailer for the hotly anticipated Pokemon game that bravely, nay, boldly reaches for new gameplay territory. So aggressive in this breathless new gameplay style have Game Freak been that, in the words of ANDREA TRAMA, who presumably non-ironically has the job description writer somewhere on her Game Rant employment contract, has declared, obviously without any transparent intent of clickbaiting, Pokemon Legends Arceus is a game that is just exactly like Dark Souls. That's right, kids. After a quarter of a decade of grinding the exact same formula into the ground and taking as few risks as possible, with Pokemon Legends Arceus, a newly open-world, non-linear, but probably still quite linear, Pokemon game from Game Freak, the makers of the Prime Pokemon series, where the clearly very experimental areas of Pokemon Sword and Shield's Wild area and DLC packs, one can roam freely, chasing down Pokemon visible in the overworld, running dumbly back and forth in their little circuits with the most basic of NPC creature reaction scripting one could possibly get away with and charge people money for. Players are free now to roam wildly across the entire game, to follow the breath of the wild, as it were. And not only that, but the player themselves can be attacked by Pokemon, which in this game doesn't automatically trigger a Pokemon versus Pokemon turn-based battle, but puts the player character themselves in danger of being brutally mauled to death. Or rather, more predictably, mauled to fainting, because this is a Pokemon game after all, and if you're expecting it to be brutal or even difficult, you might be a bit of an idiot. But more on that in a moment. And more than that, a player can hope to avoid this grisly but bloodless fate of being mauled to fainting by dodge rolling. And that, my friendly viewer, is why ANDREA TRAMA believes that this Pokemon game is a Dark Souls clone. Because dodge rolls. What an idiot! Allow me to read you, in their very own words, their justifications for this declaration for you. Pokemon Legends Arceus has several features that are reminiscent of a Souls-like game, especially because of how aggressive some wild Pokemon can be, to the point that gamers who don't play it safe risk getting hindered in their progression. My word, a video game that has enemies that will hinder your progression? Unheard of. Clearly Souls-like, they invented that. Some Pokemon found in Hisui region can become enraged and attack the main character, if not in a Pokemon battle, which can then lead to players fainting if they take too much damage, likely losing currency, and also the possibility to face that one critter once more. So yeah, exactly unlike every other Pokemon game that has ever been. If you faint in battle, you lose some money, and maybe can't fight that Pokemon again. This is not too dissimilar from what happens in Dark Souls and related games, whereas players have to be careful not to die because the souls they had gathered, the in-game currency, can be lost forever. Yes, that's clearly exclusive to Souls-like games. There is no other game out there where dying costs you some of the resources you've been gathering along the way. Pokemon Legends Arceus seems more punishing than any other game in the franchise because players can faint during Pokemon battles. This is a thing this quote-unquote writer said, reporting on... They actually believe that this is the first time in Pokemon history that players can faint during a battle. It's literally been there for 25 years. The very first Pokemon game, even the very first version of the very first Pokemon game, the one that didn't even come to the West before they patched it up and released it here as red and blue instead of red and green, even that game, if you lost a battle, you fainted, went back to town, lost a bunch of your money. That's literally been there in day one and has been in every core Pokemon game ever since then. How they believe this is a new mechanic is baffling. But let's continue. Pokemon Legends Arceus feels dangerous in a way that is totally new for the series. Really? They're talking about how a game feels, based on a few minutes of gameplay in a teaser trailer for a game that's not even done yet. They've never played it. Never even seen it being played live. Just seen some pre-recorded stuff, and they're talking about how the game feels dangerous. Okay. Regardless of what players will actually lose if they are knocked out by wild Pokemon, the fact that this can happen in itself is a major change in the franchise direction. No, it's not. You bafflingly dim-witted pillock. This has always been the case in Pokemon games. Always. But they don't even stop there, people. They continue. Even the Pokédex entries seem to reflect a more mature and somber tone, with an example coming from Basculin's evolution, Basculegion, a Pokemon that evolves thanks to the souls of its kin. So they don't think that any other Pokédex entry in the history of Pokemon has been dark or kind of creepy. So Basculin's evolution, it evolves because it sucks up the souls of other Basculin. Ooh, yes, fish souls. Make fish big creepy fish. That's super creepy. Let me read you some previous entries from Pokemon games. Gengar, for example. This description comes from Sun and Moon, but most of Gengar's descriptions are equivalently creepy. It apparently wishes for a traveling companion. Since it was once human itself, it tries to create one by taking the lives of other humans. So Gengar is literally the ghost of a person who tries to kill other people so it can have a friend ghost. That's a little bit more creepy than a fish being powered up by other fish souls. Let's try Phantump, again from Sun and Moon. These Pokemon are stumps possessed by the spirits of children who died in the forest. Their cries sound like eerie screams. So Phantump is literally a tree stump taken over by the ghost of a dead child who died alone in a creepy forest, and every time they make a noise, it sounds like children screaming. These are official descriptions from the games, and from those two from Sun and Moon, one of the most kiddie-friendly, dumbed-down versions of the games, no less. Let's try Burnett. Their entry reads, a doll that became a Pokemon over its grudge from being junked. It seeks the child that disowned it. So Burnett is literally a doll that was thrown away by a child and was so miffed by this, it came to life and is now hunting down the child that disowned it. Bit more scary than spooky soul ghost fish. It's pretty clear at this point that Andrea has never once played a Pokemon game, never once watched someone play a Pokemon game. I wouldn't be entirely shocked if they've never heard the word Pokemon before a week ago, judging by how they're reacting to this. I have no idea why they're writing about a new one, comparing it to other games she clearly also has not played in the series, and comparing its tone to a Souls-like game, which I'm betting they have never played either. It's hard to imagine they have played any video game, considering the stuff they're attributing to Souls-like is nothing unique to Souls-like at all. In fact, it could be applied to almost every video game on the face of the planet. And I promise you, Pokemon Legends Arceus and any other idiot can clearly see this. It won't even slightly resembles a Souls-like game, aside from having a dodge roll. And that, my friends, is the dumbest take I have yet found from many dumb takes on the gameplay teaser trailer for Pokemon Legends Arceus. Or is it Legends Pokemon Arceus? Which way does it go around? I've forgotten. I feel like in reading this person's article, I have become dumber myself. But hopefully you guys got a good laugh out of this because, well, I did along the way too. Thank you as always to the patrons scrolling up above there. I am Blunty. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.